Hey guys, quick little update on this blue and white 75 that belongs to Primary's Best. I think I'm going to call this truck Rusty. He may rename it, but I think that's exactly what I'm going to call it because it's a rusty old truck. But you know what? It don't matter. It's cool. You can have just as much fun out of this old truck as you can a $10,000, $15,000, $20,000 truck. Probably more actually, because you don't care to drive this and get in it and go anywhere. If somebody bangs the door at the Walmart, not a huge deal. Not going to lose a lot of sleep. What I got done today, I put new rear brake shoes, wheel cylinders, you know, all new hardware, all that good stuff. I put new brake pads on the front. The driver's side rotor and caliper look good, and I put new lines on the front. The passenger side, that thing gave me a fit. I had to actually cut that line off with a grinder or a whiz wheel, whatever you want to call it. And I'm telling you, it took me 2 to 3 hours to get this one line fixed on this side. It was an absolute pain. But anyway, that rotor was shot. I had to, luckily I found one in my scrap pile that was a good rotor. It looked good. No telling why I changed it. A lot of times I just change stuff to change it. Yeah. So whatever, it'll save them some money, and no sense of putting just one new one on it, so it's just as good as new. But anyways, all the brakes, of course I put those rallies on it. Those came off of old Dookie, which is another one of Primary's Best trucks. Now this old truck, it runs really good. All the lights work on it. Let me start it up here. The radio works. Of course, I've got stuff piled in it, parts and stuff. I've got a lot to do to this thing. But matter of fact, I just drove this truck. It starts up good. The gas hand works. I took the gas tank off to clean it out. Luckily, it looked like a brand new tank on the inside, surprisingly. I checked the sending unit, it worked good. I think maybe a wire might have been messed up on it. But anyway, I got it put back on, it's in good shape. Heat hand works. The amp hand, I think it works, don't know for sure. Looks like it might be, yeah, it's moving just a little bit, so yeah, it's working. Oil pressure is working. Of course, the old truck misses, it needs plugs, wires, the whole 9 yards. I'm gonna try to rebuild the carburetor tomorrow. Let's see here. Old radio still works. It's just an older tape player, but it seems to work good. The heat will run you out of this thing. But yeah, the brakes are working great. I got to bleed them just a little bit, but if it wasn't for all this stuff in the bed, I would. Yeah, horn works. I didn't know if the horn worked or not. But yeah, everything seems to work. The dome light's not working. I may tinker with that, but I don't know. I'm just trying to get it running and driving down the road good for Jimmy and Shirt Pocket. It'll make a cool old truck. I think you'll be really surprised to see what they do with this thing. But anyway, hopefully tomorrow, depending on the weather, which I'm about to put it in this shed here, I'll get out here and pedal around with it. Hopefully get the ignition and the carburetor and stuff done, and then we'll just be down to I think I'm gonna put him a new water pump on it. Nothing wrong with the one that's on it, but I've got a new AC Delco that I ordered him for it. Just all the little stuff that'll leave you sitting on the side of the road. We're trying to go through on this thing. It's been sitting since, I want to say 2002 or 2003, and the way the boy talked, it didn't get drove much at that time. The guy had just pretty much registered it and parked it, so I don't know how long it sat prior to that. So that's when he bought the truck. So like I said, I don't know how long it sat before that. He was actually going to scrap this truck. He was going to pull the motor out and build it for a race car, because it's a 354 boat main. He's a big dirt track racer, and a mutual friend of me and this guy that I actually worked with his buddy, and he knew I fooled with these trucks, and he told me about it and said the guy wanted, it wasn't a whole lot, I can't remember exact price, but just for the body. Said he was going to pull the motor out and leave the transmission and everything. he told me it's the original motor, and I said, man, just if it runs, just tell him I'll give him $500 more just to leave the motor in it, and he can buy him a block, because he was just going to tear this one apart. And he agreed. So, and that's kind of the backstory on it. Jimmy and Sharp Pocket went with me to look at it, and here it is today. So, but yeah, it's gonna make a cool little truck. So just stay tuned for updates, and hopefully, I've got my fingers crossed, hopefully Primer His Best will have this thing back here in the next few days to a week or so, and he can get started doing what he's doing. I think he's got some torque thrust wheels. I think he said he's going to lower it. Of course, I'm sure he will. I don't know how far or how much he's going to lower it, but he'll do some cool stuff with it. So be something to kind of watch the progress while you're quarantined. All right, guys, I'm going to get this thing put up and try to get in the house and get cleaned up before the wife gets here. She's wanting to go to the dairy barn today. So. All right, guys, y'all have a good one.